We all want a 3 Idiot sequel, so you should just write a 5 point someone ka sequel.
It won't satisfy me creatively. I'm not doing it for that. It doesn't do anything for me, the numbers and all. Why are they not making a temple there? Because the day they make it, the issue is closed. I don't think the Muslims feel so passionately about that mosque. I like annoying elitists and calling their bluff. I love it. That इतना tin मिला दिया उन्हें कि उन्हें बैठ के लिखना पड़ा मेरे बारे में ऐसे. And I'm here to tell them, take it up yours.
Chetan, thank you and welcome to ScoopWhoop Townhall.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. I think one of the things that I wanted to start with, and I have a bunch of questions in my hand, and I will come to all of this.
The whole printout and all, man.
Yeah. So these
are just questions.
This has your whole life in it, both the good and the bad parts, and we're going to discuss both. You grew up in a middle-class Punjabi family.
Yes.
आप 10th में आपके बड़े गंदे नंबर आए थे. You got 76%.
Yes.
I got 77%. So I think I can say that one thing I beat Chetan Bhagat at. But I remember my parents were very happy. उनको लगा था मेरे 50-60 आएंगे. तो they were very happy that 77. But मेरा question ये है कि 10th में 76, उसके बाद IIT, उसके बाद IIM, उसके बाद investment banker with Goldman Sachs, and then writing a book. You are the middle class success story, right? I think अगर every middle class father or mother would want their son to reach the highs that Chetan Bhagat has. Take us through 10 से लेके book तक क्या हुआ बीच में, and more importantly, अब 76% से IIT कैसे crack किया आपने?
See, when I got 76%, so I don't know, your parents were supportive. I think it's all about expectation management, which you did very well.
My father cried. He thought I'll fail.
So I think I didn't do the expectation management. And मेरे को अब तक याद है कि घर पे when I reached this whole dining table, and my relatives, Mama ji and all were there, and it was like somebody had died. I entered the house with a 76% score, and they were all sitting there. Chalo, koi baat nahi, and somebody made a very profound, insightful comment. Kuch na kuch to kar hi lega, So, and I think I must have been 15, 16, and I also thought that I am the kuch na kuch to kar hi lega guy. So I resigned myself to that kid, and I went to my room and I was about to sleep, and I said, okay, what is that kuch I'll do? So I thought I'll open an STD booth, and maybe if I'm very lucky, I'll have 2 or 4 one day. My whole life has been planned for me. I'm 15, 16. They have put that 76% stamp. Your auqat basically has been stamped on you in India. Everybody has their auqat stamped on them very early on. And I said, the only way I will make these people look at me again differently, just the look changes, when you get low marks, your entire family takes your opinions less seriously. So then I said, okay, what is the hardest college to get into in the country? Literally, it was just that. And at that time, I figured it was the IIT. And I just ghissoed, and finally I got in. And that day, everybody's perception changed. And I took mechanical engineering. Not really much thought into what I'm doing, Just ki ye karna hai, just so I didn't like that look I got when I got 76%. Like somewhere I felt at age 15, I'm become the background for life. We did a training in internship in IIT, and I went to Cadbury's. I wasn't very serious, like people were going to telco and sale. I went to Cadbury's because you get free chocolates. And mistakenly then I thought I'll do an MBA, because I thought MBA is more people than mechanical engineering, which it kind of was, but not really.
Basically, आपने दोनों सीटें बर्बाद कर दी.
नहीं, बर्बाद नहीं किया भैया. Please don't ask me that question in the end of September. सीटें बर्बाद किया because I just paid my taxes.
Okay.
And I have more than paid for my seat to the government many times over, with all the income tax, the cess, the education cess, the GST. I pay it every day. Please, I have paid for those seats. And I have used those seats. I think I have used my marketing knowledge, and I have used IIT as my muse in many of my stories. But I think that's how I did an MBA, and even after doing an MBA, I realized this is still not about people. I took a job in a bank, and it was about money. From machines, it had become money. How much money you make, how much, and I was not getting that thing. So even though I was making a lot of money in dollars, I wasn't happy. I just felt like, why am I not happy, man? I have done what you just introduced me as. You are the middle class success story. You should be super happy. I don't know if you've seen Devil Wears Prada. There's a line there which says, 1 million people will die for this job. And I was in Goldman Sachs. That is exactly that job. 1 million people will die for that. I had 27 interviews to get that job, and I'm not happy. So I'm like, what an ungrateful idiot I am. I was not happy, and I said, when was I last happy? And I realized I was happy in my hostel in IIT. I was happy then. in my tiny room. I used to be super happy then because I had friends and all. I started writing about those friends. I always had written as an extracurricular, and that became 5 point someone, and then the writing career, and then things changed, and the rest is history.
How did you convince publishers to?
Rupa, I literally puppy face, begged. Literally, I said, please publish it now. It's been 2 years, nobody's publishing it. I want to put this baby to rest. I knew it's not going to go anywhere. I was like, but if I've done something, if it comes in the form of a book and I can keep it in my bookshelf, it was my chul that I did and maine kar diya. And I think someone in Rupa liked it, one person. I said, please batao na kyun acha laga aapko. Unko batao. So then they said, okay, we'll do it. Okay, fine. You know, it was more like a okay, fine decision. So, you know, let's try it. So, yeah.
What do you think went right with the book? When you look back, I'm sure there are a lot of things you want to change, right? I think that's a creative process.
Yeah, it's a very amateur book. I mean, in a way, I look at it then versus my writing now, the flow is way better.
Yeah.
But it's also got that innocence which I will never have again. Because I didn't know I'm about to get famous. So I was just writing from the heart more. I think what worked was, of course, it was a very easy to read book.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Is that something you take pride in? That your books are easy to read?
In fact, now
there's also a lot of criticism around that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. But I think I'll be honest also where I got lucky, apart from all the qualities of the book. Of course, I think it's a good book. But there was an inflection point in India then. A lot of people were learning English. Mobile phones had come, laptops had come. People have to learn send. People have to learn delete. People have to learn, will you have coffee with me? You want to be my friend? You have to learn all that. No. So you are learning English. You can read simple English. You've also learned it in school. You can read a simple English story. But you can't read a Rushdie. You can't read a Arundhati Roy even. But the entire publishing industry is focusing on finding the next Rushdie and Roy. Whereas millions of people like that in India have no books for them. So 5 Point Someone came right at that time.
See, talking about your writing style, there are a lot of critics who continue to write you off and say that this is bubblegum literature.
Yeah.
And
bubblegum that has lasted 14 years, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And I disagree with it, right? I think your book is easy to read, it's entertaining, and that's what I need, right? If I pick up a book, I want it to be entertaining. I just want to quote some of the things that been said about you, not nice things that have been said about you. And I want to get Nandini Nair in a 2016 article for Open Magazine said that today Bhagat is more a totem than an individual. He symbolizes the spread and hold of mediocrity, a populist at best, a charlatan at worst. Abhishek Sikwal, for all its feminist aspirations, One Indian Girl is a dildo of a book. Salman Rushdie ने tweet किया आपके बारे में कि I am being buggered, it's like being molested by Dan Brown. Does it hurt you that you don't get the admiration of the 1%?
No, these are the people you talk, apart from Rushdie, and we can come, Rushdie deserves a separate discussion on what context that is in. The first three guys are definitely not 1%. They don't understand popular fiction. What can I say if you are writing a review saying it's a dildo of a book and it is easily a clickbait, I think it's probably a website. So this is a clickbait kind of article which is being written.
We won't know about clickbait. We don't know clickbait.
Yeah, I know, ScoopWhoop is above all this. But I'm just saying, so that's not to be taken seriously. That's not a literary review.
नहीं, पर दर्द होता है दिल में. मतलब मैं बताता हूँ आपको कि जब हमारे बारे में भी criticism होता है, जब होता है तो you can put a straight face on and you can say कि हाँ ठीक है यार, मतलब it's the 1%. I don't give a fuck about them.
दर्द नहीं होता. मेरे को नहीं दर्द होता.
But you would want their, अगर उनका भी appreciation मिलता तो it would have been कि केक के ऊपर icing भी है.
I do get 1% appreciation. If you like, I'll tell you some of the people who have praised me in public without knowing me.
But do they praise your writing or your...
My writing only. They don't even know me. They've never met me.
No, or the fact that you sell 1 million books.
No, Amitabh Ghosh, I read one day, Amitabh Ghosh, I really enjoyed 5 Point Someone. Shashi Tharoor said the pitch of One Night at a Call Center is perfect. You quoting me, I'm quoting these people. Bill Gates said to me personally, I've been reading What Young India Wants and it has given me an insight into India.
Young India Wants a non-fiction.
Non-fiction, I'm just talking. Thomas Friedman quoted me in several of my columns in his articles. Leela Seth, who was Chief Justice and mother of Vikram, came to me and told my mother that I wish I could write like him. I'm a fan.
I understand.
You want to quote? Quote me.
No. So
we can do that.
No. The reason why
these are what I'm trying to say. These are all opinions. I'm not saying that she's right. I'm probably not as good as what they are making out to be, and I'm probably not as bad as what they are making out to be. These are individual opinions, not backed by anything. You know,
No, so
I can call ScoopWhoop a vibrator. Now, it's doesn't mean anything. Nobody can take away what you have achieved just because someone casts an aspersion on you. Your hard work, wherever you've reached, cannot be taken away. I've been writing 15 years, and I now know what I'm doing. I know where my books are going.
Yeah.
They have the right to their opinion. If they feel this is the language they should use to review a book, if this is a fair review or it's coming out of some frustration, that is for people to decide. They have the right. But I also see the other reality. I also see the kind of work I get to do, the kind of connections I make with people. So it's a balance, you know. Do I wish that they also liked me? I don't know. I don't think very highly of such people who
no,
talk
but when
like
a
this.
booker of booker disses on your book,
so now
does
we
it-
come to Rushdie, what happened there.
Yeah.
There was a Twitter fight, and this is one of the tweets in response to that. He was kind of like looking for attention. He was troll baiting a lot of people, and I said it would be nice if freedom of expression is nice, but one should call out troll baiting when it is. And that is what he said. You know, he's not commenting on my writing. He's not commenting on my writing. So I said, if you are extreme, it is wrong. And I was having a perfectly polite conversation saying that people who are extreme fundamentalists on the right and extreme fundamentalists on the left, I find them equally unbearable. I have no place for fundamentalists. You have to listen to all sides. If you're very extreme liberal, completely intolerant, and if you're extreme right, you're completely intolerant, that's both wrong. That's all I said. So he's commenting on that. He's got nothing to do with my writing.
Yeah.
Tell me a credible person who has said it, I will respond.
Sure. No,
you
but
have to quoting trolls and expect me to like say that, you know, oh,
No,
but
no, I
they-
understand.
Yeah.
And these are also credible journalists, so I would not go as far to
I
say that they're
would
trolls.
really disagree on that. So
Everything in pop culture is to personal taste. I will like Backstreet Boys.
no,
someone
like
else will
I
not.
said, it's everybody's opinion, right?
Yeah.
So I would be actually, if you honestly, if you said, if everybody liked me, I would think I'm doing something wrong. Because I'm a writer. I want to create change. I want to shake people's thinking. I like annoying people. I like annoying people who think too much of themselves.
like
I
to annoy people or you like annoying
I like
peoples?
annoying elitists and calling their bluff. I love it. And these are elitists you're talking about, and I'm here to tell them, take it up yours. If you want to ask me how I feel in my heart, I love it. That इतना तिन मिला दिया उन्हें कि उन्हें बैठ के लिखना पड़ा मेरे बारे में ऐसे. That's how I feel.
So this is, I mean, you sleep peacefully because of the fact that you make Young India read, right? Is that the biggest joy, adrenaline rush in life? That I have gotten non-readers to pick up a book and read for the first time.
I think if you were to distill it down, yeah. Someone in a Dharavi would pre-order a book and she ordered a Chetan Bhagat book. I mean, this is not what the elitists in India allow.
Yeah.
They don't allow this. They want to keep it to themselves. They want to keep their club. And it has happened, and some of it is due to my writing, some of it is due to my luck that I've come at a time where online shopping is there and data is cheap.
That is true,
I
right?
know my
that,
privilege.
That I think even
But
at ScoopWhoop we
yes.
recognize that we came at the right time when
We
data
came at the
was
right time
getting
and-
bigger
yeah.
and more people were coming on the internet.
You came-
and that takes nothing away from you or us.
Yeah, so I think there is more to me than my writing. I am not just like, my job is not me. I'm also happy because I'm a father. I'm also happy I have two wonderful kids. I have a family. I'm also happy because, you know, I get to go for a run. I mean, it's okay, ye kaam hai. I think of who loves me in this world. It's so amazing to have these people in my life. That's what I think. Ye to kaam hai. I work for Chetan Bhagat. Unfortunately, I can't quit. But I work for someone, Chetan. For me, the work and me is very separated. I'm not as passionate. At the end of the day, nahi achhi lagi to nahi lagi, theek hai.
Are you peaceful with the fact that yeah, मेरी book तो बिकेगी no matter how good or bad it is? And does that take the pressure off a writer?
Yeah, I don't worry about sales. I honestly am telling you, I don't worry about sales. But I worry about whether people will like the book or not and whether I'll like the book or not. I remember being very worried about One Indian Girl before I started writing it, because I was writing in a woman's voice. I was writing on feminism. So it's more like, you know, you've been there for so long and you want to surprise them every single time.
Yeah.
And there's only so many bag of tricks. The book has to be about India. The book has to be in simple English, relatable characters, relationships. There are certain constants. Now, you don't want to be repetitive and you still want to surprise. So that's hard, and that to come up. So the only thing I do is I never do sequels. series, those are the things that typical best-selling authors do.
But we all want a 3 Idiots sequel, so you should just write a 5 point someone ka sequel.
It won't satisfy me creatively. I'm not doing it for that. It doesn't do anything for me, the numbers and all. But I wanted to do a murder mystery. I wanted that because the test of a murder mystery is when people can get that, finally when the killer is revealed, people go, aha, wow, what a suspense. And this really makes sense because there were so many clues all along and I missed them. Doing a 2-stage sequel or doing a 3 days sequel is a no-brainer in terms of sales. But it's not going to excite me at all to do it. And so I think I wouldn't do it for that.
We'll just take questions from the audience. Someone here has a question? Yeah, Kaustav.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Which is your least favorite book out of the lot? Like your own books?
Of my own, One Night at a Call Center. It came out at 2005 when call centers were the biggest rage in India. So I said I want to do a book which is set in one night in a call center and the entire book will be set in one night. So now how do you make it interesting, right? And I have given the constraint that it will be one night. It will start, they get picked up from home and when they drop back home the book ends. It's really crazy to do it, and I went nuts doing it. I pulled it off, but it could have been a better book if I just said Once Upon a Time at the Call Center. I didn't have to do it like one night. I would rate that book lowest of my books in terms of but many people like it, it has some surreal elements and all that. But I personally think it wasn't good.
Sorry, तेरा follow up भी था?
एक और question.
Yeah.
मैंने क्यों खड़ा हुआ है? कब जाएगा? Maybe we'll get some. Oh, अच्छा.
Is there an author you are really envious of and why?
Not envious, but envy is a very a negative kind of connotation. But I would say like a George Orwell is who wrote Animal Farm. I would love to do a book like that has so simple and had such a tremendous impact on the world. So I would, those are some of my heroes in writing. Hemingway.
अच्छा अभी जल्दी से बता दे जॉर्ज ऑरवेल कौन है?
मुझे नहीं पता.
Google him and read Animal Farm. It is really things that are happening today in our politics today. You read that book, which was, I don't know, maybe 50 years ago, I don't know, maybe even later, I don't know when it was written.
Hemingway also you said in one of your interviews. I think.
So you must read that author.
I'll
If you were
definitely
not told in school to read it. Yeah.
कभी नहीं पढ़ने वाला तू?
ये बहुत छोटी book है.
I'll definitely read it.
We'll finish it in 3 hours. It's very simple book. Yeah.
Thank you.
Chetan, you're doing a lot of things, right? You're a writer first. You're a motivational speaker. You've been a judge in a reality show. You're also doing non-fiction books, right? So what I want to understand is from a pure writer, why do you feel the need to write non-fiction columns? And in your word, you said, I want to change the society.
Yeah.
Where is that Chetan coming from?
I write to create change in the country. There are many ways to create change. You can join politics, which I can't do. I can't win an election because it takes real dirty tricks to win an election in India. I can't do that. You can be an activist and change things, but then you have to go on hunger strikes and all. But have you ever heard a Punjabi go on a hunger strike? So for me, this was the tool I had. I want to change. We all want to change and make India a better place. I thought I'll do it through a 2-step process. First, you entertain people. It's an old Indian Madari trick. How a monkey dance happens. He shows you a monkey dance, the crowd gathers around. Then after the monkey dance has no ticket in India. That's the monetization model. Just you will relate to it because you have a startup. And then he brings out a churran. He have this churran, आपका पेट ठीक हो जाएगा. So the movies, the books, the nach baliye, the time pass, all that is entertainment, which people are interested in me today because of 3 Idiots, 2 States. The columns, the news debates, all the other things that even today to a certain extent is the churran. So that's what I do. Now if you see that, it will all add up. What is he doing? Otherwise you say, "Wai kar kya raha hai?" I have to reach everyone.
No, I see the point that you're making, right? You have 12.3 million Twitter followers. You've sold a lot of books, right? And you have a lot of influence. And I think some of that is what you're trying to do with the columns that you're writing. To change the society. But do you really think when you make statements like कि मंदिर वहीं बनना चाहिए?
I never said मंदिर वहीं बनना चाहिए.
You said that why are Muslims even protesting?
Totally,
they should write.
No, but nuance is important.
वहाँ पे राम मंदिर बनना चाहिए. That's what you're saying, right?
Okay.
But you think you're really?
I think it's very important that I explain this because you are attributing a statement to me that I didn't make.
Before you.
Because this is a sensitive issue in our country.
Yeah.
I said, if a site is so pious to one religion, and for another religion, it's just another mosque. It will be a nice gesture if the Muslims give permission to make that temple. It will increase the unity. There is a so in Istanbul. Let me just.
Where do we stop then? ना मतलब हर village हर
पे नहीं कर रहे.
हर मंदिर में कोई आके बोलेगा या हर मॉस्क पे कोई आके बोलेगा कि it's very important to us तो हमें दे दो. Where do you stop?
हर पे तो नहीं कर रहे ना. मैं राम पे कह रहा हूँ. There is a
precedent starts from
in Istanbul. There is a monument, Safaya. What is it called? Sophia Haq, right? That is a church and a mosque built in. We can make a temple saying this used to be a mosque, but it was given to make because this was seen to be one of the biggest gods of Hinduism, his birth site. So this was converted, part of it was converted. You make it like that, you market it like that, it will become a symbol of secularism. That was that column. And you said that I said, Mandir to wahi banega. No, I did not say
Mandir wahi banna chahiye.
There is a very nice suggestion. No, wahi banna chahiye nahi. There is a very nice suggestion of that making it like a Sophia Haq. That is what I am trying to say. And I think we have a wonderful opportunity today.
But then where do you stop now?
You stop there. You stop there. Everything is case by case.
But it doesn't have.
You stop there by saying this is a symbol of this. But this doesn't mean we go on a rampage, breaking our architecture.
Look, the point that I'm trying to make, Chetan, is that you are influential. You can use your influence for 1,000 other things which are beneficial.
I think this issue of Ayodhya
why is India's number one writer? Why is India's number one writer talking about religion, which he knows is a very sensitive topic, and anything that he says has the potential to create.
You want to change India. You want to change these values. Why are they not making a temple there? Because the day they make it, the issue is closed. I don't think the Muslims feel so passionately about that mosque. I'm being honest. But I'm just telling you that is being kept alive politically.
Aapko kaise pata? What authority do you have?
Because
to
it's
say
a suggestion that you get all the Muslims.
No, but you're making a blanket statement that.
No,
Muslims,
I said you get permission.
No, but you're making a blanket statement that they don't want a mosque there.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they would be willing if you say that this is a really pious site. Let's take that approach. Let's try it. Why don't we try it? It's an issue. Yes. Is it getting solved? No. Is it an issue that can create riots in the country one day? Yes. Should we therefore try and solve it? Yes.
And that's why you have to be more responsive about the comments that you're making.
Yes, so I'm being responsive. By saying ki nahi banega, you are going to piss off a lot of people and they're going to hold a grudge and they will never come to terms with something else. We are trying to unite the country.
Just to appease the majority, we should fuck the minority. Is that what you're saying?
No.
You just
that's a reductionist argument. I'm saying if they have something to say and this is one of their biggest gods, this is one of the biggest gods. Ram is not.
That's besides the point.
Of course, it is the point.
Just because
if it was just
आप कह रहे हो कि अगर राम की जगह सरस्वती का मंदिर होता तो इतना नहीं करना चाहिए.
There are thousands of mosques in India which were replaced. There were temples there. I'm not saying do that. They should not do that. You can understand there's a matter of faith here, and it's something that's hanging.
But faith सबका है ना, चेतन.
Faith सबका है.
सिर्फ majority का नहीं है.
So if I need something from you, how do you get it? It's a negotiation, right? If I tell you this chair, I would really like it. It's my grandmother's chair, right? I really want it, buddy. Can I have your permission and have it? I would. It will do one for me. Do a favor to me.
चलो ठीक है.
Why aren't the communities talking?
I'll give you a real life example, right?
Yeah.
मेरे को आपसे कुछ चाहिए, मैं आपसे negotiate करता हूँ, आप दे दोगे मुझे, ठीक है?
When you said a statement to me,
फिर मैं उसके पास जाऊँगा, फिर उसके पास जाऊँगा, फिर उसके पास जाऊँगा, ऐसे करके सब कुछ मेरा ही हो जाएगा ना?
No, I said छीन नहीं सकते आप, आपको प्यार से मांगना पड़ेगा, and अगर कोई देगा तो ही होगा. It could take 30 years to get that permission, but that is the route we'll take. Why aren't the two communities ever talking? Why do you think that Hindus and Muslims can't talk? Why do you think the heads can't talk? What about them? What about them? Why? Why can't they just sit on a table and say, yeah, what are the most important things? What can we do for you? What can you do for us? Do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. That's how you solve things in life. We are one country. The culture changes every 100 kilometers there. We will need to talk. And they don't encourage Hindus and Muslims talking.
Yeah.
They don't encourage those heads talking. You'll never see them share a stage because it doesn't suit the politics. We gotta make that happen.
I hear you, Chetan, and not necessarily agree with everything you said.
You
And I have my points, but I think we'll move on.
I absolutely enjoy the fact that you have a different view and I have a different view, and we are still talking.
Chetan, thank you so much for coming to ScoopWhoop Townhall. This was one of the most, I wouldn't say heated, but it was one of the most interesting conversations we've had at ScoopWhoop.
Normally, PR team lines up into it, so I said, I saw some of your previous town halls, and this team looks, I like the energy of the space, I like what you're doing with ScoopWhoop, and you guys have done so well so far, so keep growing. Just like or subscribe to this video. That costs nothing and means a lot to us, so please do that. Okay.